So I finally hacked this into a smaller size. Now let's customize it. Let's talk about it. Hi friends, it's Mari from Mari Haraya Archives, and today we are going to personalize and customize this little cute little notebook. Now, if you haven't seen my last video of us cutting this down, we basically took a traveler's company, traveler's notebook, and we cut it. And we did that last video. And so last video, we tried to figure out how to make it fit this A7 notebook, which is a Midori A size MD notebook. And so we got that figured out. So I highly recommend that you check that video out to see our process. And today we're just going to kind of customize it and see what we can come up with. Now, I have a bunch of items here that I'm thinking I can customize this with. But before we do that, I'm going to have to take the notebook out. So I have my pen, and the way I have this connected is through these, what are these called again? Elastic bands. So we'll go ahead and take that out for now. They're on both sides. And then I have my cute little MD notebook that I use for my grocery list and my to-do list. And it's my favorite thing in the world. So the reason why we got to this point, cutting it down, just to kind of summarize the last video, is that I wanted to incorporate the traveler's notebook into my daily practice more so I can use my traveler's notebooks. And unfortunately, the standard size is a little bit too big for me. I use a lot of smaller size notebooks. So this is what notebook I'm using for my menu planning, for my grocery list, my to-do list. So a very important notebook in my life. So, excuse me. And so so this is what we came up with, like so. Very, very cute. I love how it turned out. Now, last video, like we said, I didn't account for the plastic cover because I didn't think that I was going to be using it, but in this case we did. And so there is a little bit of overhang in the back, which I'm okay with. I actually like the look of it and the feel of it, so that is okay with me. So now we're going to customize this cute little notebook. Now I have different options. I was thinking of possibly sewing this on here to give it more stability. So when I actually put the notebook in, I wouldn't need the plastic because it gives it some kind of stability. But here's the thing, because I was looking over it, if I do that and then I don't use the plastic, because again, I didn't account for the pen, which I don't know how that worked because this is what I used as a template and the pen fits perfectly inside. But I think what made the difference is this plastic cover that added about that much. So that's the reason why there's a little bit of overhang, but no worries. I'm not mad at it at all. We're just going to work around it. But like I said, I was going to sew maybe this into it so it has some stability so I can take off this plastic cover and utilize it. But if I do that, I take away the plastic cover, what's going to happen is that I won't really have a spot to put my pen. And it's very important that I have a pen. Now I could probably put it in a different area, but I prefer to have all of my items like right there when I need it. So I'm not like digging through my bag. But this was my thought process, is I would sew these pieces onto here to give it some kind of stability. So when I actually put the elastic around here, it won't, here, I'll show you. It will not cave in like it did before. But it still kind of does. So I guess that probably wouldn't work anyways. It's kind of hard to tell unless you actually do it. But I think if I did sew it, it would give it stability. But then I wouldn't use the cover, right? And so it would be just like this. Let me just, as an example, it would be like that, right? It kind of gives it a little bit of thickness, but it would be just like that. And it'd be flush, which is perfect. So like, say for example, it's like that. But the thing is because this isn't like, I guess, this one where it has this little notch right here and it's really thin. So this is thick and this is really thin. This is not very thin. And so I won't be able to fit. I mean, I guess I can. It's a very tight fit, but I guess that's where this little notch right here, this little would come into play. So that really wouldn't work. I mean, aesthetically, it would look good because there's really no overhang in the front and back. But this is where we're at. This is what we're working with. And so that is not the case. So that is not going to happen. And for sure, I will be using this with, let's see. There we go. Right? So let's go with that. And so this one, we're going to personalize it. Now I have different options. I was thinking maybe I could add this right here, maybe right here. Let's see. Let me put this in here just so I can. So it's going to look like that, right? So I was thinking I could put this here. Don't know if I want to add bulk to this notebook, although I think it looks really, really good if I put a brass plate there. And then I was thinking of putting this brass rivet as well. And it's you screw it in versus having to like, okay. But I was thinking I could probably put this in the corner to add some kind of embellishment to it. I thought that really looked super cute. And then another option was if I did this, then I would hot stamp the back here, right here along this area, a word. That's one option. Another option, if I just leave it like this, and then maybe put that embellishment right there, and then maybe hot stamp it here with maybe my initials. I don't know what I want to do because I love brass, right? And if I add this on here, it does make it a little bit bulky. But then if I add this on there as well, it won't be as bulky because it'll sit flush. But, I am not sure what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go without this. I think I'm going to add this, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and hot stamp this right here. Maybe my initials, maybe. Or maybe do I just do this? Let me look at my options. Okay, let me put this aside really quick and look at my options when it comes to my stamps. All right, so just gonna go into my handy dandy toolbox. And and we have a cursive font, and then we have a typewriter font right here, and then we have like a modern font. What do I want to do? You know what I should probably do? I should probably stamp this piece, like stamp a leather so I could see samples of it. I could have sworn I did that already. But okay, I want to go with the typewriter font. And are we going to go with my initials? Because I can't really think of a word. So let's do that. And then believe. Believe that's the right tool for it. Or is it this one? No. I mean, it fits. But I think this is the right tool for it. Okay. So let's put this to the side. Do we do a type? Do you want to do a typewriter font, or do we want to do like a... Ooh, I might want to do this. Oh, I'm looking for... It's already in my hand. Okay. I mean, and then I also have a cursive font, but then the cursive font, you'd have to like really make sure that they are touching. That's a little bit too fussy for me right now. So let us go. Let me move this away. Okay. Okay, let us move this. All right, so we have the typewriter font here. And then we have like the modern font right here. So which is my initials. And I guess before we put this on, we would probably want to hot stamp this first. Now, do I want it to go this way? This way? Do I want it to go that way? Okay, are you guys seeing this? Hold on. Do we want to go this way? Or maybe along the volcano? We can do it. Ooh, that's nice. If I did it along, okay, I think I could work with that. But then, like, what font do we want to use? Can you guys see this? Let me put you guys closer. I think that looks great. I like that font. Or do we want to do a typewriter font? Ah, don't fall, please. Or do we want to do a typewriter font? So I think putting it along the volcano, Mount Fuji volcano, that would be like that. What do we feel? Okay, so we're looking at the fonts here, and I feel like this would match better than the other one. So I'm going to make the decision, and I think I'm going to go with these. I think that would work a lot better. Okay, so let me go ahead and take this. So the way to do this is we're going to make sure we're going to align this up. So if we do let's see, like that along. I think that would look cool. Because I was gonna do it like right here, but I think I like that design. Okay, so let's do that. So first things first, we are going to, I honestly don't know. I like I said, I like to eyeball things. So this is how it is you put it in this little holder and it goes like this. And so you want to kind of just make sure, so it's going to be like this, right? And so what you're going to do is you're going to hammer it. Now before we do that, we have to wet this to make sure. So what we're going to do, and I think I have this little wooden piece to help with, so it has a solid. Let me go grab maybe like a paper towel or something. So what you would need to do, I know this is kind of like the scary part, is you kind of dampen the area that you are going to stamp. I know it looks kind of scary. And then I do have, so we want to kind of line this up. Again, I'm just going to play. And then you just kind of, hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. Let me see if I can muffle it. Okay. Hopefully that is enough. And I think it's enough. There you go. All right. Next one. I don't want this more. All right, next up is C. And this one is kind of tricky. I just got to make sure that I put it properly and it's not upside down. All right, I think I'm going to place it right here. Again, I'm not trying to be too perfect because there we go. All right, the next letter is B. Okay, this one, this is always tricky. So B, put it right there. So again, go ahead and wet this. Then we're going to put that right. I think that's good. Put this here so it's not so loud, but I don't even know if it's working. There we go. I feel like I could probably have hit it a little bit deeper. That. There you go. I think that looks great. Just gotta let it dry. Okay, next up is putting this little brass piece. I think that'll look super cute right there. And again, coming back to this. Should we put that on there? I mean, we have our initials there, but I feel like it might be a little bit too busy. What do you think? Okay, let's put that aside. We'll mull over that. Okay, let's put that aside. Next up is we want to add this rivet. Now, I could do this side or I can do the flat side, depending on what I want the look. Do I want this? Actually, let's just make a hole and then we can determine. Okay, let's go ahead and make this hole. Now, this is that size, and I think I have a leather hole puncher, and I believe I have it set to the right one. So I want to, let's see, we're going to put it here. I like it on the corner when I'm looking at it. So if I'm looking at it like this, I do like that. So I think putting it right there would be cute. So I'm just going to press down so I have a reference, and it did mark it, so I can go ahead. And I think this is, yeah, I think this is the right. So this is super simple tool. It has different size holes on it. And so just going to go ahead and focus on this, align it, and then just press down. And then I like to go ahead and do this to make sure I get it all the way through. And then I just poke it with a pin or something. There we go. So now we have a hole. And this is the reason why I like the screw-on ones, because it makes it so much easier. So do I want to do this part, this one looking up, or do we want to do the flat one looking up? This needs a little bit more. Oh, that's because this one goes. Uh-oh. I think I might have to make the hole just a little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do is probably set this to a bigger, if I can remember how to do this. Or actually, I can probably just take my scissors and just kind of make it a little bit bigger. There we go. There we go. Or do we want to do the flat? What do you guys think? I kind of like, do I like this one or the other one? Because I mean, this gives it, it's just plain, but this gives it a little texture to it. I think I'm going to go with, okay, let's go with this for now. I'm going to pop it in, actually. Go ahead and put this on the back side, and then we're going to just screw this in like so. There we go. Screwing it in. My hands are slippery because it is sweaty, so I'm just using this little, it's pretty tight in there. So that's cute. What do you guys think? Yeah? Okay. Let us put this on. And I'm wondering if we're missing anything just to kind of put this together. Let's, where's my other one? We'll go ahead and put this together. Okay, so we got that put together and it's looking like that is nice. I like that little, and then my initials right there. What do you think? Should we go ahead and put this on there so I can label it? It would be like that. I think it's a little bit too busy. Maybe if this was a little bit smaller. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. How does it look? Should we do it? I don't know. I'm still on the fence, so let's not commit. I won't commit yet. But what we can do is that we have this done. I wanted to hot stamp this, but I don't know quite yet what word I want, so we'll leave that at another time. But I think that looks great. I think I just want to add maybe a nice little charm. I do have the Tokyo station, and then I also have this one that belongs to that. I can also go with maybe a superior labor one. This is one that I made. Here is another one if I want to kind of add a little. Those are my options right now. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, let's see what should we do. So this is Tokyo Station, and then this is the actual Narita Airport one. So obviously that would go perfect with that. I think this one's a little bit too bulky, and honestly, I'm not really a fan of this because it looks like a coffin. I'm not a fan. I can never unsee it, and so I don't like this hanging off of that because I don't like the shape of it. Maybe if it was a rectangle or something, that would work. But okay, so I think because I don't want it to be too fussy, I think this is enough. So let us go ahead and add that to here. And because I take this outside, I don't want it to be too fussy, you know what I mean? Like a whole bunch of things hanging off of it. I don't know. Maybe I will change my mind. I have to kind of carry it around a little bit and live in it to see how I feel about it. Okay, so let us go ahead and put this in there. And I hate putting these things in because sometimes they're so hard to put in. There we go. All right. I feel like I did this too. Oh, yeah. Okay. That is cute. I like how it turned out. What do you think? Should I add another one to make it even? But I don't know. I think I like that little, just having that right there. So, and then I'm thinking maybe either I cut this or just leave it as is to have a little, I don't know. I think it's cute. Maybe just a little bit shorter. Give it a little haircut. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks great. And that was super simple to do. Again, all you have to do is they have it everywhere. You can buy it at any craft store, Amazon, where they have different sets of these leather embossing sets. And it was super easy. Like I had showed you, you just make sure you wet the leather and then you're going to hammer it in. And that's how it comes out. I might actually redo this M just to make it a little bit deeper. But other than that, I think we're all set. I love how it turns out. I can even probably put a pin here if I wanted to, which I do have a couple of pins just to kind of, I have smaller ones actually. Let me see. Like if I really want to, let's do this Baumkuchen one. I always have a hard time picking out these pins. Okay, like say for example, if I want to add it to here, I can, but again, that is another time. I'm not sure, but that would look cute, right? Okay, so yeah, we will see what I can come up with more, and I will post photos if this gets any more dressed. But in the meantime, it came out really cute, super easy to hot stamp it or emboss it, and then add the rivets on there. So, and the rivets I use, and I think I did show you guys, but just to, are these little screw-on ones that you can get on Amazon. Just make sure that you get the right width because this one's a little bit too long, but you can get the smaller one. I'll try to list or link all the materials I use. I purchased this long time ago, so I'll have to look at my my records, but super simple. And yeah, I like how it turned out. So I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you stay tuned for episode 3. This would be episode 2. Episode 3, we will probably figure out what we're going to do with the scraps and see what we can make out of that. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.